change. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Gone, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Two and a throw right away. That one complete to Hill. Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll just get rid of it. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week. So this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, It does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on 3rd down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. 2nd and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should listen to you, partner.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. No gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. In motion, Hill. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The Dolphins at 2-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 42 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught, Cooper. And he'll be brought down at the 27. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Watson off play action. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Watson looks to throw again. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Cade York on now for the field goal. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. York able to send this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Tua now on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 70. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a first down throw. Watson on the move to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Again, it's Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now Watson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Bryant. Touchdown, Browns. Harrison Bryant. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick 6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it, so what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and goal, Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can.
He's got a man, complete, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get... He's got a man, complete! And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 70. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Watson. Forced out to his left. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Watson now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Cooper the man in motion right. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 41 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. York on now for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time out, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
On second down, Mostert.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 43 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Back to throw, Watson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Looking to pass. Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
10 cycles. Ready, go.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On first down, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. A Trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, here's Tua, fighting through pressure. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Watson on first down. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now here's another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Let's go. Go set.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua steps away. And this one is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And a completion to Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Tua going to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A run with Mostert up the middle. Dancing away at the 35. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tua sets up to pass it. Caught by Wilson. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Back to the running game with Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Here's Tua. Buying time to his left. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On first down, it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That swung out to Mostert.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Dolphins, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo, photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know.